Oh, it's Rick Taylor.
My name is Monty Kane, and shout out to Rap Draft for interviewing me today.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Rick Taylor back with another episode of the Rap Draft. And I got my dog Monty Kane with me, man. How you doing?
What up, bro?
Nothing much, man. Here on the Rap Draft, we like to interview artists, but artists of all kind. Not just music artists, but, actors, painters, all kind of artists. This is a platform for you. And here on the Rap Draft, we like to give the fans or the people a little bit more of an insight on the person or the life they live and stuff, and let them know more about you. So with that being said, my first question for you is, where were you born and raised?
Born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Went to school here and everything. Stomping grounds. I stayed on 24th and Melvina for a while, 38th and Flores. And pretty much a little bit everywhere in the city, 53206. Yeah.
Now, what was life like as a kid for you growing up?
I ain't gonna lie, life was pretty good. I didn't, my dad was around, but he wasn't around kind of thing. But I had all this other family, like, my great-grandma, my grandma, my mom. I got four brothers on my mom's side, 3 on my dad's, 2 sisters. And, I had all these, a plethora of uncles and aunties and cousins. So it wasn't really a bad childhood. We stayed in the inner city, but childhood was great, typical, not middle class, but kind of like between middle and lower, if that makes sense. My mom, she was a daycare provider for a while, and she never, she made sure we never went without anything. So I had a great childhood. If I went with my mom, I was with my grandma. My grandma spoiled me to a certain age. So yeah, man, life was good.
Yeah, that's good to hear that. You hear a lot of different lives or lifestyles people grew up as. It's always a different, like with the person or the people. Like everybody come from different backgrounds and have different lives, but that's what make you or break you, man.
Yeah, and I had friends too that was, down the block was way poorer than me, and down this way they had more money than me. You know what I'm saying? They had the people on the block, like I saw the one interview. He said that the person on the block selling the ice cream cones, and then the candy house. The lady selling the candy and stuff like that. We had that too, and yeah, it was just a mesh of different economical class in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, I think that's dope. Now, for the people who want to know, who really don't know you, who is Monty Kane?
Monty Kane now, I'm an actor, a gentleman, college graduate, single bachelor. But yeah, just a guy who's just trying to do good in the world, try to spread love, because it's a lot of that other stuff out here. Try to be a role model, that's pretty much who I am, and I come to be. So yeah, that's pretty much my DNA.
That's cool.
Just try to eat, breathe, sleep, and act.
That's cool. Like, and congratulations on being a graduate. Like, it's not a lot of people that can say that.
Yeah.
Also, like, I see you said you like just a cool dude, like to spread love and stuff like that. Like, I definitely rock with that because I'm the same way. Like, there's too much negative out here in the world to continue to just do nothing but negative things. So
absolutely,
I try to be positive in the best way I can by spreading love, being nice to people or just being myself. Like, it's okay to be yourself and be cool and be positive. Like, you don't got to be negative. I know that get a lot of attention, but I feel like the more we put positive and good vibes into this world, the more we get out of it, and the more we shed that light, and our energy will go off on other people.
Absolutely, yeah, I feel the same way, man. It's so easy to do the wrong thing these days, and I got nieces and nephews, and I be just trying to, ensure to them too. Like, it's 2 ways you can go in this world, and every little decision you make, it's a butterfly effect. You do something today, you probably gonna have to pay for that, in the future. Or if you do this good deed today, something good, you know, might come back tenfold, you know, in the future. So it's always two different ways you can go about it.
You're right about that, bro. I want to know, like, what or who inspires you to get into acting?
I would say, you know, the typical thing first is, you know, you a kid and you watching TV, and you know how I grew up, you know, around my middle school age. It wasn't a lot of art being presented to where I was growing up and the schools I was going to. But you know, you watch TV and you see these people be different people than what they are, and you think that's kind of cool. And I can't sit here and say that I was watching TV and was like, I want to do that, but I was always fascinated with it. The first play I did, I was in 5th grade. I was a lion in The Wiz, and I remember I had such tremendous stage fright. It was crazy. Before going on stage, like, it was so many butterflies in my stomach. My stomach was in knots, and I knew I did the work, you know, in rehearsal. I knew my songs, I knew my lines, but you know, I was kind of pushed to do it. Like, damn, I really don't want to be out here performing in front of these people, and I'm about to go on stage. Like, what do I do? You know, as soon as I step on stage, the knots go away, the butterflies go away, and I deliver a performance that the kids in the audience and the teachers just like, you know, he really got something here. You know, we ain't really seen this. We just put on this play because we got to for the parents or whatever, extracurricular. But this kid is really like, he's getting it. And, you know, once you get off stage in 5th grade, you feel that, you know, like, damn, that felt good. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what inspired me. As soon as I did that and got off stage, I wanted more. And you just want more. So I'll say I kind of inspired myself, and like things around me inspired me at a young age to want to do it. But yeah, that's how it kind of played out.
Yeah, that's good. You've been doing it for a while, since you was a child. Like, and that's how I usually start with a lot of people. Like, you start off as a child, and then you just continue to grow and continue to work.
Yeah.
And the more you work, like anything, the more you work,
yeah,
it becomes like you become better. Like, and it becomes second nature and stuff like that. So
right, yeah. I mean, and my grandma and my mom told me I played baby Jesus when I was in church, but I don't remember that because I was a baby. So, but yeah, you know,
that's dope, man. Do you have any favorite actors that you look up to? Like,
man, it's so many, and it's a lot that I forget their names. I'm not too good with names, but definitely got to put Denzel up there and how he can manipulate a camera. It's his ability is crazy. And sometimes, you know, Denzel is the best actor, but what does that really mean? Like, when you like look into it, what makes him the best actor? How does he muster up enough energy and mental wherewithal to actually deliver a performance exactly the way nobody else can do it? It's tremendous. You know, and he gets a lot of flowers, but then again, he don't get enough. Another person who don't get a lot of credit is Will Smith. You know, I think Fresh Prince, the show Fresh Prince, propelled him to, you know, urban stardom amongst the black community to a point where it's like he's a household name no matter what he does. But he wasn't a good actor when they started Fresh Prince, and he would say that, you know, you can go and watch an interview, but it's him doing the work. See, once you put the work in, that's when you know, it opens my eyes. This is like a person, no matter who they are, how big they are in the world, once they put the work in, you're able to see that. And in school, we called it invisible work, the stuff that people don't see you do, the stuff that people don't see you do in rehearsal. And Will Smith, he puts in the work, and the stuff that you don't see, and the stuff that he talks about in like different interviews and stuff, makes him one of those people I look up to. Another person is, you know, rest in pieces, Chadwick Boseman. he, you know, he made me really want to like get into like biopics, and it's like that's the kind of work I want to do. How he was able to transform himself into different people, not just characters. That was tremendous and remarkable, man. And the industry really misses him. So yeah, that's my top 3.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to him, man. Shout out to the other actors, man. Good names, man. Good names. Great actors you named, man. And I can definitely see you being on that list one day. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Like I see how you put the work in and stuff a lot.
Appreciate that, bro.
For sure, no problem. I see that a lot. That's why I'm like, man, this dude got something. Like, I watch your videos on Facebook all the time. like, man, this dude. When you did that American Gods,
Yeah.
I was just thinking my whole time thinking like he doing this good, but I'm thinking like, how did he get this down packed? Like, remembering those lines.
Yeah.
That good down to a T. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it's you know the muscle you flex while you keep doing shows at school. Because you know when I was in college, once one show ends, we do 2 weeks. We probably rehearse for 1 month, and then we put on a show for 2 weeks, 2 weekends. Sometimes matinees during the week. But as soon as that show ends, like the last showing, like the next day we got to rehearse for another show, or we got to audition for another show. And that's how it was every semester. So you just flexing that muscle, working that muscle, and exercising it to where you remember lines on a day-to-day basis. Not only while we doing that, remember we in school, so we got to go to class every day. So it's stuff we got to remember for class. And you just working that muscle. So now it's just like, you can show me a page or two of a whole monologue and I can memorize it in a day. And you know, you be proud of yourself, because it's like, damn, it's one point you didn't think that you would be able to do something like this, but you can. So American Gods, that was scene was like, you know, I was blown away by it, so I was like, I gotta do this somehow.
Yeah, you did a good job, bro.
Appreciate it.
You know what's crazy, but you said that you can memorize a whole page in a day. I was talking to one of the characters from Snowfall, Isaiah John, who played Leon.
Okay.
It was a while back, like on live, Instagram Live, and I was just telling him like, man, I can't remember all this stuff. He's like, man, you too young to not remember this stuff. And then he was like, I can remember like 10 pages. I don't want to like misquote it, but I think he said like within a week or probably like a couple of days.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, when you really working and doing it, it's easy. It's not hard. And I feel like anybody, if they put the work in, can do it. It's not something that's like, I'll never be able to do that, like, you know, acrobatics or, you know, dunking a basketball or something like that. But, you know, I feel like everybody can do it once they put the work in. It's just a muscle in your brain that you just work, and, you know, it works out like that, yeah.
Right. Now, since you've been acting, like, what are the pros and cons you experienced, if you experienced any?
Man, I'll start off with the cons. On the theater side, I guess the cons is like everything is time conscious, and it's like I haven't really had too much experience with not being in the show and having to go to class at the same time, because usually you know that's what I'm accustomed to. But when you in theater, you don't got too many times to mess up. Like, opposed to being in front of the camera, you can just keep doing takes and they can just cut and edit how they want to. But in theater, you have to know exactly what you're doing in that moment. You know how you might look to an audience member. Your voice have to reach the back row, no matter what it is, no matter how the scene plays out. If it's a close romantic scene, you still gotta project. And I wouldn't say it's so much of a con, it's like a beautiful con, you know, because you have to be a professional even if you're novice. You know what I mean? If you don't know if you're doing it for the first time, you have to be a professional in some aspect. And for a lot of people, that's a lot of pressure. So I would say the pressure of a level that you have to be at, that's a con. What else? What else can I say is a con? I would say if people are not working as hard as you, that's kind of a con, because you want to deliver the best performance possible every night in theater. So if a person is like you know how Kobe talked about Shaq, like he said, Shaq wasn't working too hard after their championship. He had gained weight and shit like that, and Kobe was in the gym and that pissed him off. That's anything. That's in theater and anything. So you know, you see a person not working as hard as you, you know, that's kind of a, you know, like come on, man, I know my lines. Why aren't you off book? Like if we have a scene together, you my scene partner, and you know I'm acting circles around you. That's gonna make me feel like, oh man, he ain't gonna be ready by showtime, you know. But aside from theater, in front of the camera, I would say a con could be, to me, this past year and a half is self-tapes and not being in front of the, because usually you in an audition room, auditioning in front of people, you know, warm bodies, you know, but with COVID, everybody, you know, didn't want to see nobody, so it's like now I have to audition in front of a camera every time, and people can't really feel you in a room like you need them to. So that was definitely a con. Pros, it's so many, man. It's I remember we was doing kid shows here, and I was like a dog, and it was some crazy little kid musical or whatever. It was fun. But you know, to see them kids' face light up, and then after the show they got to meet and greet us, and they just looking at us, we in costume, and that's definitely a pro, to see people, kids and people appreciate your craft and something that you love and something that you put work into. We did a show here called 9 Circles, where I had about 90 pages front and back by myself, no intermission. So I was on stage the whole time. I had to do my costume changes on stage. The audience had to see everything, but I had to stay in character 100% of the time. And the story, briefly, was about an Army private who was schizophrenic, who was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and he was trying to represent himself to get up out of his situation. He had killed some kids overseas, and he wasn't really aware that he did so. And I was that character, and I had to do that in front of all kind of people. And then when you see, you know, all your family, you see, you know, white folks and all kind of, you know, old folks, young folks in the audience, and at the end of the play, we come out for bows, and everybody in the crowd in tears. There's no greater feeling, bro, at all. As an actor, there's no greater feeling than to see people react to something that you created on stage. It's beautiful, man.
I can imagine that, bro. Like, that just shows, like, that's what you do it for to
real.
Touch the people. Not only do what you want to do in, like, your career, but to touch them. When you can touch somebody,
yeah, man,
you did your job very well, bro.
Lovely feeling,
yeah.
Lovely feeling, man.
Now, is there anybody you would like to work with? Like, it could be mainstream, like mainstream, like anybody you would love to work with?
I would love to work with Octavia Spencer. Are you familiar with her?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Man, she is her or Viola Davis, and I'm just eager for one of them to be my mom or something, or something, man. You know, just.
You gotta speak it to existence, man.
Yeah, you do. And it's just, man, just the work they do is just phenomenal, and it's just something I just marvel at. I'm just such a fan. You know, and no matter where I will go in this business, I'll always be a fan of the work they create.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I feel like they don't get enough flowers. They definitely don't get enough pay. But yeah, those are my top 2. There's a lot of them. Mm-hmm. You know, I would like to work with Leonardo DiCaprio. All kind of people. Mm-hmm. All kind of people, man.
I can see it, bro. Like, if you put the work in and you just meet the right people and just stay on your grind.
Right.
And speaking to existence,
yeah,
it's definitely gonna get here, bro.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, the Cousins commercial. How did that come about?
Well, my friend, shout out to Donnie Williams. He actually went here. His face is around here, like mine is. And he was, aside from me, the only black performer in this department, in the theater department. So it was just me and him. And he be on the lookout for me as well as far as different projects go. You know, I'm signed to an agency who primarily gives me work, gets me auditions and stuff like that. But he was looking out one day and he inboxed me like, hey, Cousins is having auditions for this commercial. And I'm like, okay. You know, since I graduated, I've been just auditioning like crazy for different stuff, all kind of stuff. So I'm already like doing that. That's another muscle, getting exercise. This is going on auditions all the time. So I was ready. And at that time, I was just sending my headshot and resume to anybody who was willing to accept it. So, and he's like, you know, you should submit. So I did, and they hit me the next day like, we would like to hire you for the job, and they didn't even audition me. So I was like, oh shit. You know. So yeah, that's how that came about. You know, we shot it in about 4 hours. They fed us really well. Everybody was super professional. It went so smooth, and it was up out of there. It was a great experience.
Yeah, congratulations, bro. I seen that. Like I said, I told you, I seen that at the Bucks when I was down in the beer garden on the big screen.
Yeah.
Bucks game, commercial come on. I'm like, oh, that's Monty Kane, bro.
I
That's dope.
that, man.
Yeah, I'm like, I was proud, but I ain't gonna lie, I was looking like, damn, bro. Like,
that's a great feeling really as well, man. I had a lot of people hit me, you know. And my guy, shout out to Chico Manolo, but he was like, man, I don't know nobody who got a speaking role in no commercial coming from where we come from. Mm-hmm. It's maybe it's not a big of a deal to me because I'm trying to do more, but it's a big deal to people who see where I come from. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's a great feeling in and of itself, too. You know, like I said, I'm from 53206, 24 from Elvina.
Yep.
You know, he said, man, I don't know nobody who got no speaker role, no commercial. So,
I know how, because I live over there right now. And I grew up over around there, too. But it's like, just seeing somebody come from Milwaukee, period, is like, that's dope, bro. Exactly. Always been dope to me, bro.
Yeah, you got to, like, you know, for me, I have to, you know, kind of humble myself. Mm-hmm. Every time I receive a blessing, you know, I just got to humble myself like that. Like, people don't, you know, let alone make it to a commercial. Some people these days don't even live this long. And it's a sad thing to think about, but that's the reality. Yeah.
Now, you say you auditioned. Is there any big shows that you auditioned for that you didn't get the role for, or that you are auditioning for now?
I auditioned for Michael B. Jordan 3 times. So, he got.
You said for him?
For him.
Wow.
I auditioned for Michael B. Jordan 3 times. He got a show he's producing called 61st Street. It's going to be on AMC Studios. And I auditioned 3 times. 2 auditions was for a recurring role, so I was going to be on there a lot of episodes. And 1 audition was for just 1 episode. They haven't really marketed yet. They still casting. So, you know, I might get another audition. Might get a fourth time's the charm. But yeah. And then I just auditioned for Power Book 4. They haven't even aired Book 3 yet, Raising Canaan. But I auditioned for Book 4, and hopefully I'll get another one because it's a lot of time from when the time they're supposed to start shooting it. So, what else? Different commercials, McDonald's commercials and Dairy Queen commercials and all kind of things. This show is a show called 4400. Supposed to be on the CW and HBO Max. I auditioned for that. I was supposed to be a reverend. I actually got beat out of that role for somebody who already got an Oscar. So I was like, damn, that's what's up, man. I don't compete with people that got awards already, man. That's you know.
Right,
so I'll be doing this for the rest of my life. So I really don't take that kind of stuff to heart. You know, I just got to keep learning, keep getting better, and keep auditioning.
Man, that's dope, man. Congratulations on all that, man.
Appreciate that, bro.
I would ask you what's next, but I think you kind of like, well, what's next?
I just got cast in the Dunkin' Donuts commercial. So we going to be filming that next week. And that's kind of like a summer vibe thing. Their theme is America Chills on Dunkin' kind of thing. Hope I don't get in trouble for saying Dunkin' Donuts. I don't think they like that name no more. They just like to be called Dunkin'. Okay. But yeah, And just keep working, keep auditioning, man. Keep, I make videos sometimes. And, I'm not really a social media guy like that, but just as long as I keep exercising that muscle, I'm trying to make sure my family's straight and, spend more time with them. So yeah, man, the sky's the limit from here.
Yeah, most definitely is, bro, because you've been working. I've been seeing you working, so that's why I reached out, and I've been seeing you for a while. Way before I got this camera, I'm like, bro, it's nice, bro.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I want people to see more of me. So, I'm gonna keep doing what I gotta do.
That's what's up. Now, my final question for you. I ask everybody who come on this show this question. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Vaguely, I see myself still doing what I'm doing now, but just on a bigger level. I want to be so busy that time exceeds me. Like I'm just not aware of what day it is, what time it is. I'm just working, and I figure that's how anybody gets better, is you still stay a student of anything you're in. You never really truly become an expert. So 5 years, I see myself somewhere in a recurring role or in some movie of prestige, and just acting my ass off and just making the people around me proud. People like you, people that believe in me. I don't want to let them down, kind of thing. So 5 years, yeah. Definitely, man.
Yeah, well, I definitely see you somewhere further in 5 years myself, bro. Like, it's gonna be bigger than commercials. It's gonna be shows. I see you on a show for sure. I don't know what show, but I see you on a show, bro. I can see it. I'm gonna just be chilling one day, watching Netflix or something, then watching the show, and I see you like that. I know that they, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I told him, but
Oh yeah, real quick. I appreciate that, man. We filmed a show. We filmed 3 episodes of a show called The Killers Club, which should come out on Amazon Prime next month. It's about serial killers. We get kidnapped and forced to go to therapy, and the story just escalates from there. I was just doing some voiceover work the other day with them. They excited to bring out the 3 episodes. And it's gonna be a nice show. I watched all 3 episodes already, so I'm excited for everybody to see it. And I just wanted to shout that out. Shout out to Dios Mios. Shout out to Trevor, and the whole Killers Club crew. So that's gonna be dope.
Yeah, well, congratulations, bro. Like I said, congratulations on that. I will be tuned in. Just let me know when it drop. And like I said, man, good luck to you, bro. And to the much success to your journey, because I see you going a far way, bro. You're doing a good job. But
thank you. I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, no problem. But thank you for coming on the show, and I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime, man. Anytime, man. Shout out to Rap Draft once again. Appreciate the interview, man.